YouTube family, my junk family, junk entrepreneurs. What up, though? It's Mr. AMG. Long time no see. You dig? Still out here, man, making plays, making runs, making moves, dropping dumpsters, man, getting into junk removal jobs, man, sliding in that load and go, where we pull up, we got about an hour our time. You feel me? If you can get it done in that time, if the customer can get it done in that time, we got a flat fee for that. So we trying to get it all the way around the board, provide more services, you know what I mean, so we can secure more bags. So where I'm at right now, man, I just want to show y'all real quick. Back when I was doing lawn care, this was a few years back. As you can see, these vines have grew all the way back, but we got pretty much most of them gone at one point a few years ago. So this is a repeat customer from a few years ago. They ended up calling one of my phone numbers I have listed, and they asked that I still provide that service. Told them no. Gave them an update on what services I did provide, and they said, well, hey, we need your service for something else. So let me show y'all what that is right now. So that'll be this right here. Tree branch removal. They already cut it down. Apple trees. These apple trees, pretty much to me, are a nuisance. I know they make fruit and all, but down here, as you can see, man, and this is just nothing really major. It used to be a lot of apples, so many apples, man. It's ridiculous. That's what I got going on right now. He's supposed to be shooting me his email address so I can go ahead and get on an invoice and get this taken care of. But needless to say, though, a few things been going on, during this whole time that I've been still, providing the service I'm providing. I have discovered some new things that I had to implement. And one of those new things that I had to implement was actually adding a special clause for deposits. Because normally all of our rentals are paid for in full. However, sometimes customers, you can hear it in their voice, they're a bit shaky. So we do provide, well, I was providing an accommodation of deposits. And ran into a gentleman not too long ago who decided to use the service, made a deposit the day of delivery. The day of delivery to no avail. The guy couldn't get in touch with him. Sent multiple text messages, called multiple times, and this was about an hour prior to even getting to the location. And this was around 10 or 11 a.m. All right, so didn't hear anything from the customer. All right, left a message on the final text saying, we'll just refund the money, blah, blah, blah. I get a phone call close to 2 o'clock asking about a dumpster rental, saying the dumpster was supposed to be here today. I had to explain to the customer, the dumpster was scheduled for today. We tried to reach out to you several times, but yet we couldn't get in touch with you. The response was, the customer was asleep. Okay, so that's not on us. And to be honest, if we had a extra special clause in the contract, that would have been a non-refundable deposit, because not only was our time wasted, time is money. That was another slot that could have went potentially to somebody else. So took it upon myself that weekend, man, just to have a special clause drawn up, put into the contracts that we send out for our rentals, that states, in an appropriate language, our terms and our agreements when it comes to deposits. Deposits are non-refundable. And if a full payment is made and for some reason the cancellation is due on their part, not our part, okay, there will be a percentage taken out from the full payment that was made. So it's just to protect ourselves. We don't want any extra money. Like, never do we want that. We actually want the business. There was a lot of profanity used, when speaking to the customer, because he couldn't get the rental, told him he could reschedule. The soonest I had a rental was probably about 3 days out because the weekend was approaching and it was already booked up, and it was just foul language being used. So, I told him, politely that the refund will be sent right now. Hung up the phone, received multiple phone calls back about why did I hang up. I don't have time to argue with anyone, and I do not recommend arguing with anyone out there. Just for the simple fact you want to keep things professional. Okay, you don't want a bad review, and furthermore, you don't want to create any enemies out there, man. Over something as simple as providing a service. So, needless to say, I hung up the phone. I don't have to explain myself to anyone out here. Okay. Unless it's something that I'm doing on my part. But if it's not on my part, I don't have to explain myself, and I don't recommend you doing the same. So that's just one of the things that's been going on. I had to implement that in there. Today had a customer, specifically told them not to move the pallet. Now these are things you will deal with when you're doing this type of job out here, this providing this kind of service. So don't get shaky, don't get nervous. If you're just getting started, stick with it. It will get better, but you're gonna run into all type of people out here, and that's just how I go, man. We just try to keep our fingers crossed and hope we avoid as many as possible. The pallet today was moved towards the middle of the container. 2 big huge wet boxes were behind the container, behind the pallet. And I just shot a message to the customer to let the customer know the pallets have been moved. And I got a message back saying he'll take his business elsewhere, because he's too dumb to follow directions or such. I have all my text message. I sent the message back. I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I have never ever once mentioned your intellect, when it came to placing these boxes." He said the boxes might have bounced around or something, but they were big boxes, and clearly for a pallet to be, the pallet is about 40 by 48. So you have to move it, all right, to the middle of the thing. But needless to say, I didn't get into all that. I just told him I hope he have a better day, because everybody goes through something, and he might be going through something. So keep it professional when you're dealing with people out here, man. Don't let people take your mentality from 0 to 100, man. That's like one of the best pieces of advice I will give you when it comes to just doing this here. All right, so I just wanted to tap in with y'all, man, let y'all know how things been going. Things are going really well. I got my walking boot on. Been in this walking boot a little over a month, man. Hopefully I should be getting out of it, you know what I mean, pretty soon. But I'm just glad progress is being made, and I'm healing, the way I should be healing. So I will check y'all out on another video pretty soon. Can't say exactly when, because I have been pretty busy, man, thus far. If you want to just follow me, you can follow me on Instagram. You feel me? You can at AMGJRDR. That's pretty much where I post everything at. Facebook as well, but I post things on Instagram, man. From time to time I will be making videos, but right now, man, I'm just caught up in actually providing the service I'm providing, man. I'm more so focused on that and growing this company. And as things come to me that I want to share with you guys, I'll continue to share them. I am not in the market to be an influencer. That's just not me. That's never been me. But I'm a firm believer in sharing as much knowledge as possible. All right. So I'm gonna get with y'all on the next video. I haven't heard anything going off yet with my notifications, but that's probably because I'm making a video for y'all. Talk to y'all in a minute. All right. Peace.